Hello and welcome to another Denis Wick Getting to Know. And my name's Brett Baker, and it gives me great pleasure today to introduce you to Luis Martello. And just to explain to listeners, I'm in the north of England, but I'm talking to Louise in the southwest of England, near Taunton, I think. So, uh,
Yes.
welcome to the interview, Louise. Thank you very much for taking part in this. In terms of your instrument, you play the trumpet, but did you always play the trumpet? Is that something you've stuck
No,
with? No.
no, I started when I was 7 year old, almost eight, with an instrument. We call it a horn. It's like a horn, a French horn, but with valves, and is in E flat, which we is like your sax horn here, but your
Yeah.
sax horn looks like a mini euphonium, and our sax horn is like a French horn, but with valves, normal valves. The trumpet came when I was 11, so we had another conductor. As you have the brass band world here, in every village in Portugal, we have the marching concert bands, is concert band and marching band together. So we call it a philharmonic band, and that's where I started. And a new conductor came, and he was a professional trumpet player in the army. Brilliant, the most brilliant man. He inspired me. Actually, the trumpet I'm playing, he passed away last year after a concert. I didn't see him for about 10 years. I went to play in Portugal. I invited him to the stage, and he was dying with cancer, and he died a few days later. And the family offered me his trumpet. It's a trumpet I'm playing the back.
Wow.
um yeah, so it means a lot to me, because it's the exact trumpet I heard for the first time, and I wanted to sound like that. This was this trumpet.
Yeah.
So, and it changed me. We needed trumpets in the band, and I remember he said, "Look, that instrument you are playing, we don't need it. It's a bit useless." Because it was just doing a few notes there. It's a bit quite weird instrument, and he said, "We need a trumpet, and I will make you play." And he did. Then he took me into the exams at the conservatoire, and then later to the army band where he was one of the big guys in the symphonic army band in Lisbon. And I ended up playing with him for about 5 years there.
Oh,
That's more or
great.
less it.
That's excellent. Who would you say then inspired you? Was it the people that you were playing with, or was it recordings, or has it been the people that you've been interviewing?
uh, in the beginning it was my mentor Fernando Vidal, the one who gave me the trumpet. So when he came, he had this style again, Louis Armstrong, and he was the guy, the the biggest name in the country doing those jobs on TV, like mini big band. And because big band is something very recent in Portugal, and we actually have a Denis Wick artist there doing a brilliant job, Hugo. Hugo is one of the new generation, but there weren't many big bands when I started. Probably one, two in the country, and my mentor was one of them. And he gave me on the time a little record, that you could record yourself talking, and he gave me a cassette of Louis Armstrong, right? And on that cassette was a song called Hello Dolly. And for me, that, I don't know, that's when it clicked in for me, and I said I want to sound like this. I don't know how to explain it, but I still feel that when I play it now. And it's the only song I play since I was a kid, and every concert I do I have to play that. And people feels it that I play it very naturally, because it's something that brings me memories as well. You know what I mean? So Louis Armstrong was probably the biggest influence I had, and I still have those cassettes here in my shop. So it's very funny. And then later, I got in love with Harry James as well, and then the classic world, when I heard Philip Smith, even Winter Marsalis, and then Arturo Sandoval. Of course, I'm Latin, so Latin music is very, very big for me. And I think you can feel that on my way to play. I don't have a style. I have is a mix of, so I do a bit of everything. And that's very important as well. That's very important. Later, I came to England. I got a big shock with the brass bands, because I've never been inside of a brass band, and it's a totally different world. Don't think it's the same and that is easy, because it's not. For people sometimes hear the Corey band or your band, and thinks, it sounds great, but it's not easy at all for us, if you don't grow up into that culture. And then of course I met Tom Hutchinson, which was a big influence for me. And I can say that his sound is the way he plays, his lyricism, a bit like you. I was hearing your album, and unbelievable. The way you sing, that's the word. You sing through the instrument. It's not like you are playing trombone. You are making that trombone cry, as we say in Portugal. And that man, that's for me. For me, that's everything. That's the feeling. That's very
Yeah.
important.
Well, thank you very much. It's when you interview a lot of really fine players, you find that they don't talk about the technique. They talk about the soul and the music,
Feeling.
the feeling. Yeah, exactly, which is really important. No, that's really interesting, and you're very active on social media and in terms of
Yeah.
doing various sessions, recordings, things like that. So what's next for you? What are you looking forward to?
So I'm recording for an Hollywood movie at the moment. So I record a lot for a producer in Hollywood. He makes movies. He's called Scott Fivelson. You can check him online. So I did a full movie called Overtime about 3 years ago, and since then I keep working for him. So basically, he whistles a melody, sends it to me, and I have to turn it into a band. I have to get the people together and record it and make the soundtrack for the movies. I'm recording for a few singers, which I can't say the name, but big name. You will see on my media. And I'm finishing my new album called Roots, which is my. I had an album called All of Me, which I won the Global Music Awards with it, the silver medal. But this time I'm going through my roots and recreating, even if original, very similar songs with the songs who made me who I am. So, for example, one song based on Nello Dolly, one song based on Share My Oak for brass band, Imagine. So, all different styles. So, it will be a very nice album.
Yeah.
And let's see. Let's see.
Well, certainly when that comes out, feel free to share it with us so that we can put it
I
on our
will.
social media as well. And it's been great talking to you. So thank you very much for your time and
No,
for
thank you.
taking
Thank you, bro.
part in this interview. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.